If you're interested in a gate, fence, railing, or pergola, you might be familiar with materials like iron, wood, and vinyl. But what about aluminum? Aluminum's not very well known by most people for these types of applications, but we're going to change that. In this video, we're going to be talking about why aluminum is the premier material for outdoor use and why it's the future for material in this industry. Coming right up. Hey, I'm Jordan from Mulholland Brand, experts in gates, fences, railing, and pergolas for over 25 years. Since the early 90s, we work with all sorts of materials for projects in the most prestigious neighborhoods of California. Wood, iron, stainless steel, aluminum, we've done it all. What we've realized over the past few years is that the demand for aluminum as a material for outdoor products has increased, but it's either not very well known for this industry or it has some misconceptions. So what if I told you aluminum has all of the strength benefits of iron, can be designed to look just like wood, can cost the same or less than iron and wood, and has none of the drawbacks of these materials? Imagine that. No rust, zero maintenance, lightweight and as strong as steel. Would you consider taking a look at this material for your gate or fence? In this video, I'm going to dive into the ways aluminum is able to solve all of the problems with common materials. Specifically, we'll be covering the following: a brief history of aluminum, who uses aluminum today, why it's the premier outdoor use material, aluminum's limitations, and how much does aluminum cost compared to iron and wood. By the end of this video, you can expect to have a pretty good idea of whether or not aluminum is the right choice for you and your project. Let's jump right in. Aluminum dates back as far as the early 1800s. Due to the complexities of refining aluminum, it was considered more rare and valuable than even gold through the majority of the 19th century. However, due to its extraordinary qualities in strength, durability, recyclability, and corrosion resistance, chemists and engineers quickly developed cost-effective techniques to produce aluminum. Aluminum has played a large part in American history. Manned flight with the emergence of the Wright brothers' first biplane engine, industrial-class aluminum production during the Great Depression for electrical conductivity applications, aircraft frames, ship infrastructure, and radar countermeasures during World War II, astronautical components that helped us set our first steps on the moon, consumer product development for items such as washers, dryers, laptops, tablets, smartphones. Within the past 200 years, aluminum has played an essential role in major industrial and technological advancements since the early 1900s. Aluminum is widely used by many industries in a variety of applications. It's used by large brand companies such as Tesla, Ferrari, Apple, NASA, Edison, Boeing, and Intel, just to name a few. The automobile industry is by far the biggest consumer of aluminum. It's widely used for high-stress applications such as engines, wheel rims, and structural framing. Since aluminum is almost 1/3 the weight of steel and copper, it's also a key material in the aerospace industry as it can form almost 75% of an aircraft's weight. In addition, its corrosion resistance makes it an excellent material for marine applications. In fact, it's already being used in commercial building applications for door and window frames. You've already seen aluminum on a daily basis just by walking into a grocery store or a coffee shop. And for all of these reasons, aluminum has been introduced to the gate, fence, railing, and pergola industry. Whether you're installing a gate, fence, railing system, or pergola on your property, the best material to use is aluminum. All of these installations are subjected to the rigors of everyday use: high heat, rain and irrigation, UV rays, wind, and normal wear and tear. If you take a simple stroll around your neighborhood, you'll see other gates and fences made from various materials. The most common are iron, wood, and vinyl. Each of these materials have their own advantages, however they all carry significant disadvantages. Untreated iron rusts almost immediately when exposed to moisture. Low-grade untreated wood deteriorates quickly and requires maintenance, and vinyl is relatively weak and degrades under prolonged exposure to sunlight. So how does aluminum solve all of these issues? Well, with proper care, rust isn't an issue. The only maintenance you'll ever need to do is a simple rinse and wipe down. and due to its high strength to weight ratio, it's as strong as steel and safe for your family because it's lightweight. To top it all off, aluminum is a green product. It's 100% recyclable. In fact, nearly 75% of all aluminum produced in the US is still used today. Now, we wouldn't be completely truthful if we didn't admit that aluminum doesn't have its limitations. Since we've been in the business for over 2 decades, we have experience with almost every type of project scenario in the industry. And although it's not common, aluminum isn't always the best answer. As such, there are situations where iron, wood, or even vinyl are a better fit. Here are 3 scenarios where aluminum may not be the best fit for a gate or fence. Number 1, short-term extreme budget projects. In these types of situations, we would recommend wood or even vinyl. These materials can be a great fit since they're inexpensive and can serve a short-term solution. Number 2, long, large, and strong gates. We still use iron for large gated communities and high traffic truck yards. These types of projects tend to require durability and strength over corrosion resistance. And number 3, arches and wooden beam architecture. Now, although we can mimic the look of wood so it's indistinguishable from the real material, there are some designs that are easier to do with wood due to engineering. If you're interested in the look of arches and classic wooden beam designs, you may be better off with a wooden installation. When comparing apples to apples, aluminum is less expensive. Let me explain. Iron and wood in their cheapest, most basic form cost less than aluminum. We're talking about untreated iron and common woods like cedar, pine, and redwood. Although these materials are inexpensive solutions, untreated iron can rust in a matter of days, and common inexpensive wood is less durable and susceptible to cracking, fading, staining, and expanding. It also requires more maintenance to keep it from deteriorating over time. There are options to combat the disadvantages of these materials. For example, iron can be galvanized and powder coated to maximize resistance against corrosion, and there are higher quality wood species that are available that are naturally more resistant to the elements. Wood can be stained and treated to raise its durability and longevity. However, after selecting a higher quality material and treating it to match aluminum's natural qualities, aluminum is the better price value. And there you have it. This should give you a pretty good idea of whether or not aluminum is the right solution for you and your project. Now, regardless of whether you choose to work with us or somebody else, our main goal is to make sure that you are making the right decision about your gate or fence project. Feel free to reach out to us about any gate, fence, railing, or pergola questions that you may have. We'll see you in the next video.